What is up, all of you awesome and amazing people on YouTube? Katadyn Be here, coming at you with another exciting video. This was a video I was supposed to do on the trail, but I ran out of battery and I couldn't do it. But I did have this up in the area above Crystal Lake on the last backpacking trip that I went on. What's in there basically is some rice noodles. Here, I'll show you. So that's the soup, looking good. But what's in there is some rice noodles, some sprouted lentils that I had made about 3 or 4 days in advance of the trip. They're basically just lentils that you hydrate with water and then let them sprout. I've done videos on this before. Go back in my video history, you'll see that. Then I've got a little bit of ground mustard. I would say maybe like not even a quarter of a teaspoon of that, and then a quarter teaspoon of ground ginger. Both of these are pretty potent, so you only need about a quarter teaspoon. And then I've got some mixed nuts. There's cashews, there's almonds, there's pistachios, and then I've got the pork jerky, right? I can't remember the name of it, but a lot of different markets and like Costco sells it. But it's basically the pork jerky, gives a little sweetness. And then I've got some coconut flakes in there as well. So basically, when I went on trail, what I did was I kind of pre-mixed all the spices together. So I pre-mixed this together. That was in a little container that I had with the dried coconut flakes, unsweetened, very important, unless you like it sweeter. I don't know, it's up to you. Then, so this was all in one little tiny little container. This I kept in my Ice Mule cooler, which that thing is awesome. Like if you put frozen stuff in there, it'll stay frozen at, let's say, if the external temperature is between, I think we got down to like 19 at one point, but if the external temperature is between 19 and let's say 50 degrees, anything you put in that cooler frozen will stay frozen for at least 2 days. I mean, we were up there a little while, but it lasted. Definitely stayed cold. So then what I did was I packed these in a separate little food bag. I had the nuts in a separate little bag, but everything was kind of like compartmentalized, I guess is how, the best way to describe it. And then when I was on trail, basically what I did was I boiled 2 cups of water, and while the 2 cups of water were boiling, I threw in the quarter teaspoon of ground mustard and quarter teaspoon of ground ginger, and the coconut flakes to kind of make the broth, so to speak. And then once it kind of got to like a little bit of a slow boil, or it started to boil, then I threw in the noodles and basically hydrated the noodles. And then I also threw in the pork jerky. So that kind of gave everything a chance to hydrate and to thicken and make this nice, beautiful broth in this soup. I mean, look at these noodles. Don't those look delicious? I mean, these really, really look delicious. And they tasted really good, too. I wish I had taste-o-vision or smell-o-vision. You could actually see all that. But really, really good trail meal. You got your carbohydrates. You got your protein. You got a little bit of fat from the pork jerky to kind of sustain you through the day or the night or whatever it is. And then what I'll do is, as a finishing touch, I'll throw in some of these sprouted lentils at the last minute in the bowl that I'm going to eat them in, or in the serving bowl, just to kind of give a little bit of crunch, and then a little bit more crunch from the mixed nuts. So all that goes into my Sea to Summit folding bowl or plate, or whatever container you have, just use. Anyways, there will be links down below in the description to some pretty cool products like the Sea to Summit expandable bowl, I think is what it's called. And then I'll put some other links. I'll put a link to these resealable bags. These things are great. This is by a company called Reusable. And these things are awesome because you can bring them on trail with you, put your stuff in there, put that into a folding cooler like the Ice Mule that I have. Link is down below in the description. And then what you can do is wash them when you're on trail, repack them. They fold down to almost next to nothing. I like this style because it's got the base, so you can just set it and it doesn't fall over or tip over. So I wash, like the other ones that I had, I basically washed them out with some water and then repacked them so everything folded down lighter. And it's cool because as the trip goes on, the more stuff you use, the less weight you have to carry back to your car, right? Or your mode of transportation or whatever. So anyways, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you like what you're seeing. There's another shot of the soup. Check out the links in the description. Also comment. If you have a comment that you want to post, you want to see something in a future video or whatever, let me know. I will try sometime this week to come back with another video of a different version of this, a beef stroganoff version. So stay tuned for that. That's another good reason to hit that notification bell right after you subscribe to catch more exciting content like this. Good Malloy, and I will catch you all on the next exciting, oh, that's going to be good, adventure.